All right. All right, so we're going to do an article on carbohydrates.
Okay.
All right, so you're going to understand, what carbohydrates are. So today's learning target for the lesson is, what is today's learning target?
I will be able to identify the difference between simple and complex carbohydrates.
All right, so by the end of this lesson, you're going to be able to understand the difference between complex and simple carbohydrates and how your body treats them. Okay, so what's good and what's bad. So vocab that I think that you need to take a look at, that I think that you're going to see in this article, although you may not understand or know how to read, are these three right here. So what's the first one?
Carbohydrates.
Carbohydrate. Second one.
Refined.
Brief. What is the? How does it? What sound does an I make?
Yeah.
Or.
I.
Okay. So.
Refined.
Refined or.
Refined.
Nope. You're right. Refined. Then what's the second one?
Oh, process.
Process. So refined and process kind of mean the same thing. So refined or process means
The state.
changing the state of something, right? So refining, so taking something out. And then,
Calories.
you know what a calorie is?
Yeah. So amount of sodium you take in.
Nope. So a calorie is a unit of heat,
Oh.
right? So it's a unit of heat. It's how your body uses it as energy, okay? And then a calorie or a carbohydrate. Carbohydrate is your body's main source of energy. So you have three sources of energy: carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. And carbohydrate is your main source. So this is why this is important. This is why we're going to go over this lesson.
Okay.
So what you do is I want you to read through this. At the end of this lesson, we're going to go over 6 questions about this article. So I want you to, if you have any questions, we may stop and kind of go through some of the things in this article as well. Got it?
Okay.
All right. Then at the end of this, after we answer these questions, we're going to go and talk about this play food, talk about what are complex, and what are some simple carbs, what are good to have and what are bad to have. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Start off.
You're probably seen as for low calorie foods and diets, but kids and adults need carbohydrates. Most food contains carbohydrates, which the body breaks down into simple sugar, the major source of energy for your body.
So again,
the body.
carbohydrates are the main source of energy, right? So in order for you to have energy to do stuff, right, your body breaks carbohydrates down first.
What are carbohydrates? There are 2 major types of carbohydrates, or carbs, in foods, simple and complex.
All right, stop here. What's our learning target?
We will be able to identify simple and complex
All
carbohydrates.
right, so what are the 2 types?
Simple and complex.
Simple and complex, okay. Simple carbs.
Simple carbs. These are also called simple sugar. They're found in refined sugars.
Okay,
the
so we talked about refined sugars. What does refined mean again?
But you just told me.
Refined or processed.
So the steps, the states that it takes to do it.
So the change in something, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the white sugar you see in your sugar bowl. If you have a lollipop, you're eating simple carbs, but you're also finding healthier to get your simple sugar from foods like these. Wait, what? Okay, I'm sorry.
Let's start over again. So start right here.
If you have a lollipop, you're eating simple carbs, but you also find simple sugar in more
And more.
naturals.
Nope. Sound that out. What is that? What does that sound?
Neutrals.
Nutritional. So nutritious.
Nutritious foods such as fruit and milk. It is healthier to get your simple sugars from foods like these. Why?
Let's stop here.
Okay.
So read this again. So simple sugars such as what? Such as
fruit and milk. It's healthier to get your simple sugars from foods like these. Why?
Okay, so why do you think it's heavier or it's healthier to get your simple sugars through something that is natural, like a milk or an orange juice, versus a piece of cake?
Because it's more open, I guess. And
Well, think about this. So cake. How do you make cake? What do you gotta do?
Flour, eggs, vanilla extract,
Sugar.
sugar.
So is all that stuff natural that you put in here?
No.
What about these?
milk natural and orange juice natural.
Most of the time, orange juice is natural, right? Okay. So now it's gonna tell you right here.
Because sugar isn't added to them, and they also contain vitamins, fiber, and important nutrients like calcium.
Calcium, good.
A lollipop has lots of added sugar and doesn't contain important nutrients.
Good.
So,
All right. So simple carbohydrates. Okay. So you have two types, right?
Mhm.
Refined and
processed.
so refined and processed, and also unrefined. Okay.
Unrefined,
Yep. So if something's unrefined, what does that mean?
that is unhealthy.
So if something's unrefined, what state is it in?
There's milk.
Right. So is milk natural?
Yes.
So it's in its natural state.
Oh, so unrefined is in its natural state. Refined is broken down.
Correct. Right. So refined is something is taken out of it. It's processed.
Okay.
Okay. Good. All right.
Complex carbohydrates. These are also called stretches. Stretch.
Let's sound this out.
Starch.
So what is that?
Starches. Starches.
Starches, good.
Starches includes gain.
Nope.
Grain.
Yep.
Products such as bread, crackers, pasta, and rice. As with simple sugar, some complex carbohydrates foods are better choices than others. Refined gains such as
Try this again. Refined
grains.
grains. You know what a grain is?
So like
What do you make with grain?
bread.
Good.
So okay, such as white flour and white rice, we have been processed, which removes nutrition,
Sound this out.
nutrients,
Nope.
nutrients,
New.
nutrients,
So it's just NU.
new,
So let's try that, ready? So what is that?
new, try,
Nutri.
try,
Nutri.
ends, nutritions.
Nutritious.
Nutritious
Okay.
foods, nutritions, and fibers, but unrefined grains still contain these vitamins and minerals. They are also rich in fiber, which helps your
Wasn't it for I? What else? Did and
digestive
yep.
system work well. Fibers help you.
What's your
feel-
digestive system?
Your like when your stomach digests all your food
Good.
that you process. Work well. Fibers help you fill up, feel full, so you're less likely to overeat. A bowl of oatmeal fills you up better than sugar candy with the same amount of calories.
Good. Perfect. All right. What's our learning target again?
We will be able to identify simple and complex carbohydrates.
Okay. So carbohydrate. What is carbohydrate exactly again? It's in the first sentence. What's a carbohydrate? It's our main
It's
source of what?
Energy.
So it's our main source of energy. Refined and processed.
It's a state that it's a point of state that our food is in.
Okay. So let's talk. So refined. When I refine something, I take something out.
Yeah, so you take off the take out all the fibers and minerals.
And that's also called what?
Unfree nutrients.
Right. Nutritious.
Nutrition.
Right. So when you refine something, you take out the vitamins and minerals.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So if something is refined, is that healthy? So if I'm taking all the vitamins and minerals
No.
out of something, okay? If something is unrefined, meaning it's at the natural state, is that healthy?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Good. So now we have a couple questions regarding this article. So I want you to work on this as well. If you have any questions on spelling, let's look at this article and try to find the proper spellings. Okay. So the first question is, what are the body's? Well, why don't you read the question?
What are the body's main source of energy? carbohydrates.
Good.
So you want to put it in a sentence?
You don't have to. Okay. Number two.
Name, the two different types of carbohydrates, simple and complex.
Good. Three.
What carbohydrates is the healthier choice? Why?
Read that again.
What carbohydrates is the healthier choice?
Okay, what
Why?
carbohydrates are the healthier choice? Which one? Could
Complex.
be complex. Okay. Very good. Why?
Because it has more refined nutrients.
So it has more nutrients. So what does that mean? It's refined or unrefined?
Refined. No, unrefined. Wait,
You got it right. Okay, so what does refined mean again? When you do what?
take away.
Okay.
Unrefined is when it's all natural.
It's in its natural state. Good. Okay, so what carbohydrates are healthier? What carbohydrates are the healthier choice? Complex, like you said. Why are they healthier?
Because it is unrefined.
So it's unrefined and it has more.
Nutrients.
Good. 4.
What other names for simple carbohydrates?
So what's another name for simple carbohydrates?
Refined sugars, or is that
Kind
simple
of.
sugars?
Simple sugars. Good. Very good.
Why is it healthier to consume simple sugar from milk versus a sucker?
So why is it healthier to consume simple sugars from milk versus a sucker? So, or let's even say a piece of cake, right? So these both have sugars in it. Your body treats the sugars exactly the same, but what is the difference?
Because this is refined.
Unrefined.
And this is refined.
Right.
And it has added sugars and not as much nutrients as the
Good.
refined milk.
Very good. Good. And again, everything's okay in moderation, right? To have too much milk not good either because it has lots of sugar in it still, though. But good. This is a natural state. It's unrefined. This is refined. Refined is like sugar from white flour, right? They always pull the minerals and nutrients out of it. Good. Good. All right. Did a great job on those questions. Answer them correctly. Now I want to go through this food real fast. We'll go just very, very briefly. All right. So remember, anything that is refined, meaning nutrients are taken out of it. So sugar, anything you add sugar into, anything you use white flour with, right, is considered refined. So I want you to, out of all these pieces of food, I want you to pull out anything that is refined. That is refined. Okay.
Okay. So refined.
Refined. Why?
Because it's white bread.
Good.
Refined. Added sugar.
Good.
Refined.
Yep. What's the difference between these two?
They added more sugar to it and
Right, because it's what?
chocolate.
Chocolate milk. Good.
Yeah, refined.
Is that refined?
Well, sometimes.
What if it's? Well, yeah, you're right. What happens if it's freshly squeezed?
It's under refined.
Okay. Let's leave this here. Let's see what this is.
Unrefined.
This is unrefined. Okay, good. Why is this unrefined? So this is, let's say this is whole. It doesn't have a label on it. Let's say this is oatmeal.
Yeah, because it's just wheats.
Good. Okay, what about these? Cracker.
Refined, unrefined.
Let's say this is a
Salted?
not a whole grain cracker.
Oh, so refined.
Refined.
This is
Hamburger bun, which is white bread.
refined.
Good. Okay.
This is unrefined.
Okay, we'll get that in a second. What about this? This is Coke.
Refined.
Refined. What about this is Frosted Flakes.
Refined.
Refined. Okay.
Unrefined.
Unrefined. Okay. What type of sugars are these also known as?
Me.
So right, you have complex. You have
Oh.
simple carbohydrates and complex carbs. Is this a complex carb or a simple carb?
Simple.
Simple carb. Good, because fruit has natural sugars in it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So this is a unrefined.
Unrefined.
Unrefined. Why?
Because it's whole wheat.
Whole wheat. Perfect. This is brown rice.
Unrefined.
If this was white rice, what would it be?
Refined.
Okay, we're going to talk about this. Good.
This is refined.
Oh, that is refined. Why is that refined?
Because it's white.
Right, so it's a
Flour tortilla.
flour tortilla. If I said that was a whole wheat tortilla, what would that be?
Unrefined.
Perfect. Good job. All right. So by the end of our lesson, you will be able to identify the difference between simple and complex carbs.
Mhm.
Can you define the difference between simple and complex?
So simple complex simple carbohydrates is sugar naturally, and then complex is higher in calories, but it's better for you.
So, all right. Yep. So complex carbohydrates are something that's unrefined,
Yeah.
healthier for you.
Simple or like
Simple carbohydrates,
or just-
right? There's two different types of simple carbohydrates. Simple is a refined carbohydrates and unrefined simple carb, right? Unrefined are healthier versus simple. Good.
I don't have